Okay, today is 11/18/14, and I have the same goals for you tonight as I did last night. So my two goals are for you, if I give you a inequality, you can graph it on the number line. So all of these are that, and all of these are that. Okay, if I give you an inequality, you can graph it. But my other goal is for you, if I give you an inequality, you can write what I've given you, what inequality that is. So let's get started. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to copy all four of these. And it shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds. So you're copying each inequality and you're copying each number line. Remember, don't worry about your number line being perfect. Just get it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 numbers on each number line. I'm just going to pause for about 30 seconds, and I want you to get these copied down so that we can talk about them. Okay, so remember yesterday that I said if this is facing the open part, it's greater than. So this says x is greater than 12. Well, the numbers that are greater than 12 are to the right. Remember, you need one smaller, 11, one greater than. 11, 12, and 13 are my numbers. Greater than 13 is going to face to the right. Okay? This time I'm going to put the numbers on there first. So this is -8, this is -9, and this is -7. Okay? Now this says x is, the pointy part is facing it, x is less than -8. Well, where are the numbers that are less than -8? To the right. Okay? This says x is greater than or equal to -15. Well, we need -15. We need a number smaller, -16, and a number greater, -14. The numbers that are greater than -15 are to the right, but in this case, it's greater than or equal to. We have to circle it and fill it in. There we go. -20, -21, -19. Okay? This says x is less than or equal to -20, and those numbers are to the left. The numbers that are less than -20 are to the left. There we go. Okay, copy these down. I'll wait for you about 30 seconds to copy them down. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I have to do is put -60 on here, and I need, whoops, that's not -60, that's 60, sorry. Okay, 60, and I need one number smaller, one number greater. Okay, how do I read this? Well, x is greater than or equal to 60, greater than or equal to 60. Put -18 on there, one number smaller, one number greater. I read this, x is less than -18, less than -18, and notice this time I didn't fill the circle in because there's no equal to line under here. -3, -4, -2. Okay, this reads x is greater than -3, is greater than -3. Okay, -1, -2, and 0. -2, -1, and 0. X is less than -1. -1. less than. And notice again, because there's no equal to, I didn't fill it in. Okay, so these two, this one and this one, were you being able to, if I gave you the inequality, graph it. Now we have to do the vice versa of that. Okay, so I want you to copy down these problems. Again, negative 12, negative 11, negative 10. Don't worry about how neat they are, just copy them down. I'll wait for about 30 seconds for you. Okay, here we go. Well, how do we read this? Well, we've got the negative 11, and we have the things that are greater than that. Negative 11, whoopsies. And we have greater than or equal to, because the numbers that are greater than negative 11 are filled in, and it's filled in, greater than or equal to negative 11. Okay, we have the x, and we have the 22. And we've got numbers that are less than that filled in, as well as the 22, so less than or equal to 22. We have the x, we have the 4. In this case, we have numbers that are greater than 4, shaded in, like 5, greater than 5. This time I don't have an equal to, because 4 is not filled in. X is, and this time I have the negative 14. Okay, I've got the numbers that are facing to the left of that, what are less than negative 14. Less than negative 14. Okay, copy these down. Again, I'll give you about 30 seconds before I start talking about them. If you can, before I start talking about them, copy them down and start writing down some answers, that would be great. Okay, here we go. So we have the x and we have the negative 87, and I notice that the numbers are facing to the left. That means they're the numbers that are less than negative 87. Here we have the x and we have the 6, and we have the numbers that are facing to the right. Those are numbers that are greater than 6. Here we have the 13 and we have the x, and we have the numbers that are greater than 13 as well as equal to, filled in, greater than or equal to. And on our last one, we have x and we have 25, but this time it's facing to the left, and it's facing to numbers that are smaller than 25, so less than or equal to 25, except I wrote 24. Let's erase that and write 25. There we go. Okay, that's all for tonight.